Hey there, it's Dusty Thunder once again with another story for you. This one is actually a best of Redditor update and is titled, My 36 female husband, 41 male, got fired for harassing a coworker and won't talk to me about it. Well, shit, let's just go ahead and go to red flag mode, shall we? Originally posted April 2nd, 2018. My husband, Charlie, and I have been together for 10 years, married for 6. We've had our ups and downs, but we're currently in and up. He has never done anything like this in the past, so it came out of left field for me, and I'm very much shocked and at a loss here. Charlie is a computer programmer and was a senior engineer at his former company, where he had worked for 4 years. He'd never had any trouble with coworkers and were both friendly with a few of them, mostly other men and their wives. On Friday of last week, he came home around 11 a.m. and told me that he had been fired. He was really upset and agitated, and I didn't want to push him about it, but he told me that they had said he was harassing a coworker and was fired. The information I've been able to get out of him is the coworker is Beth, a junior engineer who he's never mentioned to me before. He said she's terrible at her job. Beth slept with a senior engineer we are both friendly with, Darren. Darren was not involved in the harassment, wasn't fired, etc. The company's lawyers were there, and among the other things they told him was that Beth could have pressed charges but chose not to. Something happened to her car, but he won't say what. His exact words were, there was something with her car. So there was something with her car. He was escorted off of the premises and is not allowed back in the building to get his belongings, and instead has to arrange with security to pick them up after business hours. As far as anything else goes, he won't give me any details. He isn't interested in seeing a lawyer because he says everything is legal. He has basically admitted to sending Beth some emails, but won't say what they said or anything like that. I don't know if Beth sleeping with Darren had to do with it, but the fact that he gave me that detail makes me think it does. I'm not sure how it relates. Darren's a very nice single man who is in his late 20s and approximately the same age as Beth. My mind is running wild here. Charlie has been depressed and withdrawn all weekend, won't talk to me about it, and won't talk much in general. I work remotely, so I was home all day with him, and he played video games all day and then went to bed at 6 p.m. The fact that he won't tell me anything and isn't interested in seeing a lawyer makes me think it's that bad. And it makes me worry that everything is true and not just a misunderstanding or small thing blown out of proportion. He has never been flirtatious with any other women or cruel to them, and he's never said anything bad about other women engineers he works with. I don't know what to do here. My instinct is to be supportive of my husband, but I don't know what kind of behavior I'd be supporting. I don't want to run to his coworkers we know and ask them, since they're more of our friends than my friends, and while we spend time together at get-togethers or bars, I'm not close with them in an immediate sense. I don't know what to do about helping someone who is so depressed and won't talk to me. Top comments on this OG post. Comment, I would tell him you have to assume the worst if he can't be honest with you. I gotta say, he must have done bad shit to be escorted off the premises with no warning like that. Either he was hating on her and went over the top, or he tried to F her and went over the top, or he tried to F her and then hated on her. Edit, reread, I'm guessing tried to F her, sent crazy emails and vandalized her car. He could easily still be charged criminally and or sued. I didn't get that vibe. I didn't get the vibe that he was trying to F her. I got the vibe that he got pissed because she's terrible at her job and screwing her way to the top, and his job is going to experience some pain for it. But him not being willing to divulge details, to me, makes it feel like he did some crazy shit, like slashed tires, like vandalized, like went too far, clearly. I did not get the vibe that he was trying to F her, but who knows? Another comment here, seeing as it got so far that he's been fired and he doesn't want to fight it, sounds like the allegations are probably true. The fact that he brings up Darren makes it seem like he's harassed her as a result of sexual jealousy. Does he usually shut down conversation on things? Does he usually keep things from you? I'd be very cautious about what he's hiding and what it means for you and your relationship, even if it's not sexual and it's just plain old harassment. Do you want to be with a grown man who harasses young women to the point that he gets fired? Okay, there's a next day update. Before we get into that, did you guys get the vibe? Did you get the vibe that it was like a sexual thing for him? It very well could be. And Katie Thunder knows the story, so I can't ask her. Oh, we don't find that out? How entirely disappointing. Yeah, I didn't get that vibe either. Now, she does present this as if it is out of character for him. So there's that. Which makes me think like he's just not willing to divulge it. But at that point, like him coming home and just diving into gaming and then going to bed at 6 p.m., like that's depression, right? He's gone into like an immediate depression. It's the details. Like if some crazy shit happened, the first thing I would do, even if we didn't work together, you know what I mean? If I had a normal job, and if something crazy happened, Immediately spilling all the details to my partner would be the first thing that I do because we do life together. And withholding that information from the most important person in your life is a huge red flag. All right, update next day. My thread was locked before I was able to respond to any of the comments, but I was able to read them this morning. I got up at 5:30 to go to the gym before work, and my husband was still awake playing video games. Oh, damn. He going hard. I presented him with the very good idea someone suggested of sending me an email with the details, but that it was unacceptable to shut me out of his situation, since it affects me too. His response was basically, the paperwork is in my car, go get it if you want to read it. I asked him to go get it so we could look at it together, and he said, you're gonna believe what you want anyway. All of this is so unusual for our marriage because I'm a pretty patient person, I think. We went out to the car together and he got in his car, handed me the papers, and left. For about 2 hours, I was panicked because I didn't know where he went, if he was okay, if he was thinking of hurting himself. But his mother texted me at 9 saying he was over there, asking me what happened, if everything is okay, etc. His parents live about 15 minutes away, and I guess he told her he's going to be staying there. Ooh. So just the fact that she wanted to know the details meant that he was automatically evicting himself. It's got to be that bad. So the paperwork, according to the paperwork, he sent her multiple harassing emails from anonymous email accounts. The emails are printed out and attached. He apparently did this while at work, and they have been monitoring his user account for 3 months. The emails aren't sexual or romantic in nature and are all anonymous about how she sucks at her job, wouldn't be there if she wasn't a woman, how she should quit before she gets fired, and how everyone in the office hates her. He made fake user accounts for his company's product that she works on and submitted bad reviews of her work. He also did this while logged in at work. He sent an anonymous email to her boss saying that she was sleeping with a senior engineer on another project. He put a gun catalog on the windshield of her car. I don't know what this gesture means, but I obviously understand that it was meant to be threatening. Unfortunately, inside was a subscription card that the company autofilled with his name and address. She also says she has been harassed for the same length of time, about 3 months, on Twitter. He only logged into one Twitter account that harassed her at work, so they can only say one was him, all telling her to quit her job. So I don't know what to do now. This is all terrifying to me, and I feel so bad for this woman. I have no idea what this is all about. He works with other women engineers, and he has worked with male engineers who don't pull their weight, and he's never done anything like this. I would have bet $1 million that he would never do anything like this. He's at his parents' right now, and I don't know what my next move here could possibly be. This is so scary and out of left field to me. Yeah, I imagine. Relevant comments. OP added in the comments, I forgot to mention this paperwork is copied from the original and was signed by both him and his company. I don't know if that's a full admission, but it seems pretty damning either way. Yeah, you signed it. That's a full admission. Comment, time to sit your husband down and give an ultimatum. He needs to give you his side of the story or you two are done. This is clearly a Jekyll and Hyde thing going on. Another comment, your husband needs serious therapy. What you described is absolutely abhorrent behavior. If he's willing to get help about this or do anything to convince you that he understands how wrong what he did is, you should seriously consider getting as far away from this man as you can. What he did is evil. And if this has been going on, that's the end of the updates. If this has been going on that long, he had plenty of opportunities to talk to you about something that was really bothering him. And in your position here, OP, I'd be looking at the last 3 months that this was going on and being like, did I notice anything different? And if not, I'd be even more concerned because he was harassing somebody to a dangerous, dangerous level. And with the catalog he put on her windshield, it was a brozo move, first of all. All of it's a brozo move, but this particularly is a brozo move because it had the pre-filled subscription card inside of it. But like to put that catalog there as some kind of veiled threat it's all too far. It's all too far. But why her? And we don't know. This is all the information we have. So why her? Why would this person, out of all the people he's ever worked with, male and female, be the one that just pushed him over the edge? What is it about this person? And that set him off. Not excusing his behavior, but only because OP said this came out of nowhere. Possible. Emailing her boss, doing all this anonymous, like it's very, very cowardly, right? Doing all of this anonymous. If he's got a problem with somebody, like if it's a legitimate problem, take it to HR, take it to your boss, take it to her boss, take it to her. If it's a legitimate problem, make it legitimate. But doing the most cowardly thing possible and making all of this anonymous, he went online anonymous bully mode and did all of this shit. It just, nothing helps him here. And the fact that he automatically evicted himself to go stay with his parents and said, you're going to believe what you want anyway, feels like an admission of guilt as well. assume the worst. Like, just go ahead and assume it, OP, because he's not willing to do any work to defend himself at all, which to me says there's no point. What do you think, Tater? I mean, tell me what you get from this, because it's a pretty up situation. Or maybe this would be TV show plot worthy. Maybe it was all her. Maybe she orchestrated all this and framed him for it just to get rid of him. That'd be Netflix series worthy.
I think that I think that he wanted her in some way, and she chose a colleague, and that dismissed him. And so automatically she's a woman who's not good at her job and can't do anything right. And no partner, like she said, she would have bet $1 million that he would have never done something like this. And he won't tell her why he did it. He won't explain to her any of like the backstory of how it came to this level of aggression towards another woman. So he won't give her any of those details. To me, because he's ashamed of those details is why he won't give them to her, because it probably means the end of their marriage if he gives her the why, because he wanted this woman. I mean, what else could you think it would be? Like, nobody does this just because somebody is bad at their job. This is a personal level of attack, to do it on her social media, to do it to her work email, to go to bosses, to email other things, and then to finally leave a threatening magazine on her car. Like, those are all personal attack levels. That's not something that just is work related because she's not good at her job. That is a personal attack on another human being because you dismissed them in some way. You've done something to them that has made them feel like slighted and demeaned or something in some way. And the only thing that makes sense is he was attracted to her and she shut him down. Like, that, in my mind, that is the only thing that I can see that is not like, yeah, if you're professionally pissed off because somebody's bad at their job, like, you're going to take avenues to make and to fix it, and you're going to get frustrated with their work, but you're not going to go through all these levels. I mean, he even went and made fake reviews to shit on her work. Like, that's full on personal attack. And I just can't see, she would have had to have done something that he felt was personal to him to go to this level.
Unless it was just, yeah, I can see that. I could also see how he has this vendetta against any woman who, in his perception, sleeps their way to advance.
Yeah, but she didn't get an advancement, and she just slept with the senior.
Not that we know of, yeah. But also his perception of it could be totally different here. And to Sergeant Mac's point, he's successfully hidden a very dark side of himself from her to this point that now she's going to know about, which begs the question, is this the first time this has happened? Or has he been doing this just with different targets forever, for an extended period of time?
He's not good enough at this to do this for an extended period
of time. I mean, he did it.
He's stupid.
He did it. He did it
work computer.
From his work computer. Which wasn't he in IT, or was he a programmer?
If somebody did this like for a lifetime, they would be way better at it. And he's an engineer, like he's
a senior engineer. Okay, he's a computer programmer. A computer programmer who didn't realize that the stuff he was doing was being sniffed.
No, he's an idiot. And maybe you didn't get the promotion because you're an idiot. I mean, I don't know. But
Trisha, good point. She says, if he was just jealous of her intelligence, he would complain about her at home. Okay, let's follow that. So if it was I'm mad because I feel like she's even like sleeping her way to the top or advancing beyond me and it's not fair, I would probably share that with my spouse. If it's motivated in something that he knows is wrong,
he's ashamed.
He's going to hide it. So now it feels guilty. Like it's more of a taboo thing, right? So if it's not a sexual thing, what is it? I don't know. So I don't know. Elise was saying she doesn't buy the sexual angle on it because she's had some ex-coworkers go to great lengths to hate somebody. And yeah, it's possible. She definitely emasculated him somehow.
Nobody deserves this, whether or not. If she actually emasculated him in a work-related situation, all he would have had to have done was go to his boss. All he would have had to have done was go to her boss. But instead, he did this and lost everything that he had worked for and probably lost his family in the process. So it has to be a personal attack in order for someone to lose their entire life over it. Like, I don't know what it could be other than she dismissed him in some way that made him feel demeaned. That's the only thing that I can think of. And to me, it seems sexual. Otherwise, why would you not tell your wife? Why would you not tell her?
Yeah, the hiding it means it's wrong. And Dr. Sweets, to your earlier point here, the fact that he was doing all this anonymous means that he knew it was wrong, right? So same thing. If he's hiding it in any way, he knows it's not okay. So it just makes the severity level worse and worse and worse. And now he's been exposed. And rather than even fighting for his marriage,
Right.
he's like, whatever, I'm done. I got fired from everything. Lost everything in one day.
I've had men, I've seen men in previous jobs complain and report stuff excessively. And I've seen men, that I have worked for us here come to Dusty or myself and report stuff that is affecting them in the workplace. So I wouldn't say that all men don't report stuff. Maybe men like this don't report stuff. But I just don't understand what would make it so personal for him.
Yeah. I frequently visit HR. She's HR.
Yeah.
So I frequently visit HR both to file complaints and to review the complaints that are filed against me.
By me.
Yes. I really like going to HR.